Hello everyone and welcome back to the allotment. It's the end of March here and it's starting to warm up. I've even got a t-shirt on today. However, we are forecast a full week of rain, so yes, not fun at all. So I thought I'd get down here today and make the most of the allotment in the dry weather. And I've been putting off a job for absolutely ages, like all winter long, and it's actually to sort out this wildlife area that's behind me. So I'm armed with a cup of coffee and I'm going to give you a quick tour and show you everything I'm going to be doing this afternoon. So this is my wildlife area at the allotment. So as you can see, it goes right the way back past these two greenhouses and it's up against the hedge, which is next to a road, which is very busy and noisy. So hopefully you can hear me. But basically when I got to this plot, it looked nothing like this, and I'll show you now what it did look like. So in this area behind me, I found so much rubbish. There was things like bedroom units, obviously, because that's the standard thing you put down the allotment. There was beer cans, there was Yakult pots, there was so much polystyrene, carpet, there was a whole wheelbarrow buried underneath it all. So that was not fun to get out, but it needed doing. And then I levelled all of this surface here. So it's enabled me to have a little area that I can encourage the wildlife into. So behind me, I've got a pond. So I've dug that in and it's actually a really deep pond. It's surprisingly deep. And I wanted that depth for the frogs and toads and all the plants and everything like that. And then I've got lots of bulbs. I've got lots of daffodils in there, but not a lot else. So this space I tend to use for all my annuals, sort of flowering plants, things that will be beneficial to the bees and butterflies. However, it doesn't give much cover in the winter time. So that's what I want to introduce now. I want to get some ground cover in there. I want to get some evergreens, some perennials. So then it's going to look lovely over winter and it's going to be really beneficial for all the toads and the frogs and everything to have some cover. But over the past year, this space has really been neglected. Oh, I'm just trying to get through without stinging myself to death. And that's the back of it there. So all of these brambles need to be taken out. And it'd be nice to have some access down here as well. So that is the situation. There are some paving stones in there to make like a little pathway. You cannot see them anymore. And as I said, this is the pond. So all of the stones have fallen away, all of the plants have slipped and need sorting out. So that is going to be my job for this afternoon. So we do have a lot of gorgeous daffodils, and there's also some sorrel in here, and there's also some mallow. So they're two plants that will be staying. But then these are all the plants. So this is the creeping buttercup. That is a nightmare. We have nettles, they are an absolute nightmare. And then we've also got that sticky weed in over there. And then we've got the brambles. So they are all the things that I need to get out. Now you may be thinking, it's a wildlife area, why are you getting rid of all of the nettles? And it's because actually I have a hedge line that encases my whole plot. And I've got about a metre strip around it that I dedicate to stinging nettles. So while they are beneficial, they're not necessary because I've got absolutely tons of them everywhere else. So yes, this area is going to be much better without them.
I've had to pull my socks up to keep my ankles away from the stinging nettles, but I finally have some space now, so this has all been cleared and I'm so happy.
Progress is being made slowly but surely. This area in the middle here is sunk down, and it's because I realised that I buried one of my chickens here. She was called Peanut and she was a wild one, so she got buried in the wildlife garden, but totally forgot, and obviously everything's decomposed and it's all caved in, so I'm going to have to fill that back in. But yeah, the roots are just horrible. So I'm about a third of the way through right now, and I've got to tell you, I am feeling it in my back. Absolutely caked in mud. There's rush hour traffic on behind me, and I'm picking out bits of root like this, some lovely bindweed. So yeah, this is not the definition of fun for me, but no regrets. It really needed doing, and this is going to be so much better for the wildlife when it's all finished. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting home and having a beer now. So it's day 2 here, and I'm in the shed already because it's raining outside and there is a yellow warning of wind. So I'm mustering up the courage to go out there. I've put the kettle on. I've got a piece of rhubarb cake, so yes, that will keep me going. And I'm afraid I'm in the same clothes as yesterday. They are very, very dirty. And I thought, what's the point in doing any more washing than I need to? And this is the rain. Not good. So we've got 2 bird boxes over there on the back of the shed, and they have blue ticks in every year. And then over here is my bug hotel. So that actually has a underground area for hedgehogs, and then we've got lots of insect friendly filling here. This is all made out of pallets, and then the top here is like a mini raised bed, and this has lots of sort of flowering plants in there for the pollinators. We've got some bunny tails, we've got some grass, we've got some parsley at the back there, some herbs. That's some Rebecca from last year, and then we also have this bird box here. Now the thing with this bird box is I've just undone the front of it because I don't know if you can see, but inside there's lots of sort of moss and things like that that's been collected, and I thought, oh, maybe a bird's in there, but no, there's a mouse in there, so no wonder the birds haven't been wanting to go in there. Got another bird house there, which was one that I grew, so that's actually a squash, and then there's a final one just over there. These weeds are just something else that I'm pulling out of this ground. It is ridiculous. Here is another one. So these are the brambles that have just absolutely spread everywhere. We have creeping buttercup. There is another bramble completely stuck in there. And I've actually started taking the stones off because, oh, I'm literally just kneeling on the daffodils. Right. Let's move around. So this here is a whole train of stinging nettles. So yeah, not ideal. However, I have spotted some little tadpoles. Can you see them all? And this is what I'm up against. So absolutely tons of roots that go all the way underneath the pond there. Yeah. Starting to regret this. So you may be wondering how the wildlife area ever got this bad. My allotment is 450 square metres, and a couple of autumns ago the stinging nettles and the brambles all started creeping in, and that was when we were getting married and when I grew all the food and flowers for it. So last year I left it, and then it's got to this point where it's almost unmanageable. So that's why I've decided to do something about it. And the problem is, because my allotment's so big and I've got so much to do down here, it means that this is the place that gets neglected if I'm short on time, which has happened, which has now meant it's a lot more work in the long run for me. Oh God, these roots are just absolutely ridiculous. Another thing that doesn't really help is the hedge line, because of all the weeds growing the hedge line where they're impossible to dig out, and then they branch out and come into this lovely soil that I've dug for them. So yeah, it's not ideal. I'll get through it, and that's exactly why I want to put a lot of evergreen, I want to put a lot of perennial plants in here to give it a bit of ground cover, and that means that hopefully the weeds won't have all that sunshine and nutrients that they can then grow and burst out. So yeah, fingers crossed it works by planting it out, and obviously digging every root out is essential. I could have just been lazy and cut the tops off of these plants, or these weeds, but they're just going to come back instantly. So I'm doing it the hard way, digging out every little piece. One bucket full of weeds, wheelbarrow full of weeds, and a weeded area. It's pretty big now. It is just this chunk right here that I need to finish off. On the home straight and pretty muddy. So this here is the last root mass to get out, and it's absolutely huge. So although it's right next to the pond, I think I'm going to have to get the spade out, but the sun is going down now, so that is for another day. Hello everyone, I am on day 3. Yes, day 3. I wasn't expecting that I'd need this much time to do this, but I suppose if you're going to do a job, you might as well do it properly, which is what I'm doing. I'm picking out every bit of root. I don't know if you can see, there is, oh, that way, there's a whole pile of roots there. It's been an absolute nightmare, but it is going to be worth it, and I'm so close to finishing now. I've just got one more root ball of stinging nettles to go, which I'm going to have to get the spade out, and that's going to be right next to the pond here, so wish me luck that I don't fall in. There we go, very, very close to getting it finished. And just look at all these roots. That is ridiculous. That is one good job done. And it is finally finished. I'm so happy with this result, and although it may not look that different to you, there are some bare patches of soil, but I actually got 6 wheelbarrows of weeds out of here, and I cannot believe it. The roots were just ridiculous. So yes, fingers crossed, if I stay on top of it, it won't get back to that stage. So I'm going to go home, I'm going to have a bath, I'm going to put my clothes in the wash, and then I'm going to do the exciting part, which is write up a plant list for this area. So I'm going to fill this with beneficial plants for the wildlife. I'm even going to get some plants for the pond. So yeah, very exciting. So stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see the next part, which is the planting out.